Probably time to put together a bit of a plan. So a couple of people asked in the comments on the last video actually what the plan was. I think it's probably time to start thinking about that, because I haven't overthought any of it yet really. The initial plan for this week is to sort my setup out, because I realised that behind me I've actually been sharing my my laptop with my daughter to do her schoolwork. So I'm going to have to get it back up here for a while, but there's also the setting up the audio stuff that, I mean, it's been 2 years really since I've done that, and I've had a couple of comments on previous videos, but the audio's not been great, so I need to spend some time setting that up and trying to get it better. I've got a couple of different options this time round to what I had before. I've got a little mic that goes on here, which has been a bit iffy. I can try using, I've got another microphone here which I'm using now, maybe even camera, I don't know. I'm going to set them up, test a few different options and see how they come out. So that's the plan for today. I had planned to do it yesterday, but we got caught up during this whole pandemic thing and the lockdowns that are happening. We're in the, I guess what they're calling lockdown 3 here in the UK. We haven't really left the house since March, aside from a little bit in the middle where we were allowed out before Christmas to go and around the shops and stuff. We haven't really done a lot, and the house became a bit of a mess, if I'm honest. So actually we got up yesterday morning and just blitzed the house, and by the time I finished doing all that, sat down at 4 o'clock I think it was in the afternoon, I was exhausted. But that's one thing that's made me realise actually, I get up from bed in the morning, I have run downstairs, grab some breakfast and a coffee, and come up here, and I work the whole day. I move around a little bit, but it's not the same as when I used to get up, get in the car, go out for a walk for my lunch, to grab my lunch from the shop, up and down flights of stairs at work and all of that sort of thing. That's not happening, and it made me realise just tidying the house yesterday how much of an impact that had on how tired I was feeling at the end of the day. So maybe I'm starting from an even earlier point than I was before in base level fitness, I don't know, but I think just the lack of movement throughout the day. I've got a desk here that goes up and down, so I do a bit of standing, but it's definitely not the same as being, even walking over to someone else's desk to have a chat and moving around. None of that really happens anymore. So I'm gonna try and get out for more walks during the day if I can, and obviously getting back on the bike is the big thing really for me. So today the idea is to get the setup sorted. Whether I'll jump on and do a ride, I don't know. It depends what time we get to at the end of the day. We're going to go out for a walk now for the first time in a couple of days. It's not raining here, so we're going to go out for a bit of a family walk, then come back and spend some time playing around with the audio setup and the recording and the cameras and stuff, because I've just got to teach myself it again, because I don't remember, such a long time ago. So I need to set all of that up, get it working, and then we'll see when the first ride will be. And then once that's all done, we'll maybe sit down and have a chat about the plan for the first couple of weeks. And thank you everybody for the incredible comments. I couldn't believe how many people commented on that video. I tried my best to respond to as many people as I could. Apologies if I've missed anyone, but the support out there is fantastic, and I think that's going to really help me going forward. So yeah, continue with that. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. It really means a lot. So thank you. But time to go get ready, go out for the walk, and then I'll catch you later. Okay, so we're back from the walk. Now I have my laptop ready. So it's time to start setting up behind me. I've got the mic that I used to use, which is this little mic that clips onto here. And I think from memory it involved using this, which is an external sound card, because I don't think it worked if I just plugged it directly into my computer. I'm going to give it a go with that first. I've been reading up a little bit more about the filters and things in OBS, which is the capture software that I use. So I'm going to give it a go, see what I can get out of it. And then a couple of other options if the audio is not very good. And beyond that, it's going to be potentially down the line buying something a little bit more appropriate. But at the moment, money I haven't got, so I have to go with what I got and try and make it work. So I'm going to set up behind me, give it a go, and then switch over hopefully to that setup and see if it's working. Okay then, so first test. Got the fan on, and obviously riding on the bike with the trainer on too. When I quit a odd round, I think this is Richmond. I wasn't paying much attention. So let's hope this is already a good setup without having to do much adjustment. I've added a noise gate and a noise filter. Hopefully that's enough to make the audio a bit better than it used to be. I guess we'll have to wait and see when we put it further in. Obviously in the summer months I've got a portable air conditioning unit as well that I used to use. That makes a lot more noise, but in the room I'm in now I can actually put it further away from me and just cool the room down rather than just pointing it directly at me. So although maybe in time I'll actually want that air pointed directly at me, so we'll have to wait and see. But yes, test done. Did a very quick initial test just to see if it would pick up and cut out the noise at the right point, and it looked promising my first try, which is why I've jumped straight on to give it a go, give it a proper recording, and see how it comes out. Put it in the video, go from there. So yeah, I saw that out, switch back to the other camera, and yeah, catch you in a minute. Time to cook tonight's dinner. How good does this look? Gusto recipe, plant-based, leek and mushroom pie. Lovely. We use Gusto every week. We have 4 meals from Gusto every week, all plant-based, which takes the decision making away. They're relatively healthy. Some of them maybe not so much, but they're all plant-based, and yeah, it stops us picking something else to eat, but it also gives us variety, that maybe lots of things we've had that we wouldn't have thought of that are plant-based, and created some incredible meals, like hopefully this one is going to be. Let's see. So it's about 10 o'clock now. Plan had been to come upstairs after dinner and put all of the videos into edit them, have a look and see what they look like, to see how the recording is from the setup I did earlier, but my computer has crashed, and I've lost all the work I've done, and it's just taken me about half an hour just to get it to reboot again. So I've got to be up early in the morning. Because of the pandemic, I've shifted my work day forward so that I can look after the little one in the afternoon, while my wife does the opposite. So I'm about to head to bed in a minute. I'm going to spend another sort of 10-15 minutes trying to reinstall some drivers, hopefully to get the computer working again. The plan had been to talk about the plan and what we're going to do for the next couple of weeks, but I'll pick that up tomorrow and sort of wrap it up there before the video comes out. So yeah, catch you tomorrow. So it's now Monday evening. It's been a really busy day work-wise, and I've still got some to do. So I'm recording this, and then I'll be going back to work afterwards. So no jumping on the bike for me tonight. I have managed to sort out my PC problems though. I don't know what it was. It just seemed to have a bit of a funny vibe. I've updated the graphics drivers, updated a few other things. So fingers crossed that now sorts that problem out. Which means that this video is all a little bit out of order. So yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully we'll be better next week. I got partway through editing it when it just sort of fell to pieces, but obviously you'll see what I've re-edited before my comment about not being able to see what was edited, if that makes sense. But yeah, all that's fixed, touch wood now, hopefully. And the mushroom pie was delicious, by the way. So I've listened back to the audio from that test setup. I'm kind of in two minds. I'm not sure I can make it any better than that. I think I will try, but I'd be interested to know in the comments below whether you think that's okay. Let me know your thoughts, and if needs be, I'll try something different. I've tried playing with the levels in the recording software to see if I can even the levels out. The sound quality is not brilliant, but I think it's probably better than it was before. But let me know what you think. And then, so we're going to start properly now. Tomorrow, I plan to weigh in for the first time properly, find out where I'm starting from and how far I've gone backwards. I'm hoping I'm round about where I was the last time I started. Being honest, it's been a long time since I've got on the scales. I don't really know. So it's going to be a bit of an eye-opener tomorrow as well. So let's, that'll be in next week's video. Let's see how that goes. And then the plan for the week is to do two rides during the week. Probably maybe Tuesday and Friday, Tuesday, Thursday. And then the weekend, actually, probably on Sunday, is to take the Zwift FTP test. I want to have a couple of rides before I do that because I think I need to, just to loosen the legs up, get used to being back on the bike. Going to do the Zwift ramp test, which is, I've not done it on Zwift before. I did it on Trainer Road before, one of my previous videos, which I'll try and link up the top somehow, however you do that, if anyone's interested. Which is the similar thing. It did a ramp test, so every, I don't know what it was, 30 seconds or so, it ramped up to the next difficulty. You just kept going until you can't go anymore. That mentally is better for me than a 20-minute effort, as I think it pushes me more. I don't know anything about the accuracies of the different methods compared to each other, but that's the one. At least it will give me a baseline of where I'm starting from, and again, interested to see where that might compare me to where I started last time, and actually where I am compared to what I was towards the end of my last set of videos. So looking forward to that as much as you can look forward to an FTP test. I'll push myself as hard as I can. It might take me a few days to recover afterwards, considering it's been so long since I've done anything on the bike. But yeah, I do like pushing myself in a weird way, so I'm quite looking forward to it. I think I'm just going to leave that as the plan for next week. Just leave that as it is. See how we get on with those, and then plan something for the following weeks. The difficulty I've got is I can't ride during the day at the moment because I don't have access to my laptop to move to the setup behind me, because my computer is needed for home learning. So I'm slightly restricted with the rides that I could join. When I was doing a couple of rides before Christmas, and I noticed there were a lot more suitable rides for me in sort of the D category levels, whether they're rides or races. But a lot of them were during the day, so I've got to find them that fit around the schedule. I'm working most mornings, and then catching up in the evenings, after the little one goes to bed. So it's just a case of finding something that fits in within the schedule, which hopefully, touch wood, if we ever come out of this lockdown, when things get slightly easier, I can slot them into my schedule throughout the day, which will be a lot better and a lot easier to plan something big. So I think I'm just going to take it a week at a time for a while, get back into it, and then possibly, set a bigger plan. I've been on Zwift for years. Well, I guess not cycling for years, but I've never done enough to get the Tron bike. There's lots of more routes out there, so maybe I'll go, set a future target for the Tron bike, or try and tick off as many of the routes as possible. Have that as part of the plan. Training plans, maybe. I don't think my head works in the way of training plans. I think I'd rather get on and race or just join a group ride, which I know doesn't push you in the same way as training, but I just need something that's going to get that motivation going first, and then think about those. And especially at the moment when I can't really commit to schedule set of days for a training plan, but we'll see. Let's get the first one done. Let's get the FTP test done, see how that comes out, and go from there. So thanks for watching this week. Again, apologies for the muddled video, and let me know about any thoughts in the comments below, and I'll try, as I did last week, to respond to as many as I can. Subscribe and like and all of that stuff, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.